Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Now today we're going to chant the Pali and the Pali and the Sinhala version. Sorry, not Sinhala, English version. Okay. So try to see whether you can follow the Pali part with me. Udetayam Chakkumayek Raja Harisvarno Patavippabaso Tantam Namastami Harisvarna Patavippabasan Tayaccha Gata Viharena Divasam. The sun, the one king with eyes, rises spreading golden rays and illuminating the greater. I pay homage to you, the sun, spreading golden rays and illuminating the greater. Guarded today by you, may I live through the day. Ye Brahmana Veda Go Sabbadhamme Te me namo te chamam palayanto Namattu Buddhanam Namattu Bodhiya Namo Vimuttanam Namo Vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to the ocean. Imam so paritam katva in this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock sets out in search of food. Apetayam Chakkumayek Raja Harisvarno Patavippabaso Tantam Namastami Harisvarnam Patavipavasam Tayajja Gutta Vihare Muratim. The sun, the one king with eyes, descends spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. I pay homage to you, the sun, spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. Guarded today by you, may I live through the night. Ye Brahmana Vedago Sabbadhamme Te me namo te chamam palayanto Namatta Buddhanam Namatta Bodhiya Namo Vimuttanam Namo Vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to their liberation. Imam so parittam katva muro vasana kappayati. Having made this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock lived happily. Etena satchena swati hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so Namo Buddhaya. How many of you, okay, so when you're listening to the Dhamma, I see some of you are slouching. When you're listening to the Dhamma, you should sit properly in there with your back straight, okay, without slouching and sleeping. Because if you do so, it's disrespectful to the Dhamma. You shouldn't be sleeping on the bed when you're listening to the Dhamma. If you're sitting on the floor, then that's far better. But if not, if you're sitting on a chair, you should sit upright without slouching, okay? Or else it's disrespectful to the Dhamma. Okay. So how many of you remember what we learned last time?
Last time we learned about God Kantaka.
Yes, we learned about the god Kantaka.
We learned about Kantaka's mansion.
Sorry?
We learned about Kantaka's mansion.
Kantaka's mansion, yes. Okay, and Shanea, I see that you have put your hood on. Don't put your hood on when you're listening to Dhamma, okay? Because it's disrespectful to the Dhamma. When you're listening to the Dhamma, you shouldn't wear hats, you shouldn't wear hoods, and you shouldn't cover your head, because everyone explained that's being disrespectful to the Dhamma. Then you won't be able to understand the Dhamma. That's the danger, okay? So listen.
You
to
also
Dhamma.
shouldn't wear slippers.
Yes, don't wear slippers when you're listening to the Dhamma. That's why when you go inside the temple, you remove your slippers and you remove your hats and you enter the temple, okay? Because or else it's disrespectful. Very good. Okay, so we learned about the horse Kantaka, and at the end of the early mentioned story, we learned that the horse Kantaka, after becoming a god in the divine world, he became a stream entrant. Do you remember what it means to become a stream entrant or a Sotapanna disciple?
Part of the first enlightenment.
Yes, it's attaining the first stage of realization. And what happens? What are some of the benefits of becoming a Sotapanna disciple?
3 of the 10 fetters are removed.
3 of the 10 fetters are removed. And so what? What's the benefit of removing those fetters?
Now you believe in the Buddha fully.
Yes, and once you become a Sotapanna disciple, you never fall back into the fourfold hell. Once you become a Sotapanna disciple, you're never reborn in the animal world. You will never be reborn in the ghost world. You'll never be reborn in the hell world. And within a maximum of 7 lives. Good. Suti has answered. We have a maximum of 7 lives before Nibbana. So within a maximum of 7 lives, you reach Nibbana. Okay. So in the God Kantaka's mansion, he says that once you become a Sotapanna disciple, that means you have gotten something called the Dhamma Chakku, the eye of the Dhamma. Do you remember that? You have gotten the eye of the Dhamma. It's called the Dhamma Chakku. Okay. And so, in order to become a Sotapanna disciple, you need to make sure that you get rid of the wrong view and that you develop the right view. In order to become a Sotapanna disciple, what should you do? You need to abandon the wrong view and develop the right view. Okay. So today I'm going to be teaching you about what the right view is and what the wrong view is. Okay. The Supreme Buddha explains, if a person has this worldly samadhi, that is worldly right view, then that person is the only one who's able to be reborn even in heavenly world. So if you want to, how many of you want to be reborn in the heavenly world? Raise your hand up if you want to be reborn in the heavenly world. Okay, so most of you have your hands up. So if you want to be reborn in the heavenly world, this is something you must listen to, and this is something that you must remember. Okay, without knowing this, without having this in your life, you can never be reborn in the heavenly world. Okay, so in order to be reborn in the heavenly world, you need the right view. And you need to abandon the wrong view. Okay, in order to be reborn in the heavenly world, what should you abandon? You should abandon the wrong view and adopt or develop the right view. Okay, so now raise your hand up if you have the right view in life. And I also ask when in the chat, please don't ask questions and please don't answer questions, because your questions and answers, the chat in the chat, it's mostly incorrect. Okay, so if you want to ask a question, you can ask directly from me, and please don't go to answer questions that you don't know the answer to. Okay, or else you're going to be misguiding other children. Okay, if you guys want to chat on your own, then that's no problem, but don't do so in the Dhamma school. Okay. Okay, so raise your hand up if you think you have the right view in life. So I see 9 of you have put your hand up. So you have the right view in life. So what is the right view then? Okay, we're going to learn today, okay? We're going to learn what is the right view and what is the wrong way today, okay? So the Supreme Buddha teaches there are 10 factors in the wrong view, okay? There are 10 wrong views in life. So if a person has these wrong views, can he be reborn in heaven?
No.
No, he cannot be reborn in heaven. Okay. So in Pali, what is Pali? What is the language Pali?
The Lord Buddha.
That was in the time of the Buddha.
Yes, it's the language that the Supreme Buddha used back in India, right? So in Pali, it's called Miccha Ditti. What is it called in Pali?
Michaditti.
Good. You should learn those words as well, okay? In Pali, it's known as Miccha Ditti.
Mani Mahansa,
Yes.
can you teach us Pali?
I can't teach only Pali. When we are learning the Dhamma, we'll try to use Pali words so that you guys can pick up Pali words as well, okay? So, Miccha Ditti means wrong view, okay? Miccha means wrong, Ditti means view. Miccha Ditti means wrong view, okay? So, if a person has these wrong views in life, where is he going to be reborn?
In the bad words.
Yes, he will be reborn in the bad world. Okay. So now when you're learning these wrong views, see for yourself whether you have these wrong views too. Okay. And if you have these wrong views in life, you should quickly abandon them and adopt the right view. Okay. Okay, so now let's see what the first wrong view is. The first wrong view is Natti Dinna. Okay. People don't believe in the fact that people think that there are no results of giving. Okay. So if a person thinks that there is no result in giving, then that is called the wrong view in life. Okay. So if a person does not think that there are results of giving, would that person give to another? No, right?
No.
So he'll be very stingy and he'll always want to collect things for himself without giving to anybody else. Okay. So the Supreme Buddha explains, if a person thinks that if a person thinks that there is no result in giving, then that is called the wrong view. Now raise your hand up if you have this wrong view. Now you have to be honest. Does any one of you think that there are no results of giving? I don't see any hands up, so I guess that's a good sign. Okay, so
Excuse me.
yes.
You have taught story about the result of giving. You have taught a story about the result of giving.
Giving. I
one
have
day.
taught you about the results of giving. Yes, good. Good you remember. So remember now, last time the host Ruanyaki taught you good way of answering questions, right? She taught you in the chat. I saw that when you want to answer a question, you can either say answer, or in English you can say may I have permission to answer? Okay, so from now on, you guys should practice that because that is speaking mannerfully and speaking with respect. Okay, so next time you want to answer a question, you can say either and then you can answer, or if you can't speak Sinhala, you can say may I have permission to answer the question. Okay.
අවසරයි පින්වත් මෑණින් වහන්ස.
Yes.
Instead of saying okay මෑණින් වහන්ස, we have to say එහෙමයි මෑණින් වහන්ස.
Yeah, that's also good. Okay, but if you are not familiar with Sinhala, then I will say it's all right to say okay. But if you can, you guys should practice saying ehemai when you answer monks and nuns. Okay, that is the way of speaking respectfully to those who are worthy of respect, like nuns and monks. Okay, so you should learn that as well. Okay, so the first wrong view is believing that there are no results of giving. Okay, that is the first wrong view. So that's why when people don't believe that there are results of giving, they don't like to give, they always grab things from others and they don't share, they don't help others, right? So that's the first wrong view. The second wrong view is nati ittam. Now you should try to remember these things, okay? Nati ittam means there is no result of attending to others or providing service to others. Okay, so for example, some people don't believe that when you provide a service to somebody else, it gives us good results. Okay, so for example, if a person doesn't believe in the fact that when you provide a service to another person or when you attend to someone, it yields good results, then that person simply, when he sees people who are in need of help, who are in need of service, they look away and they continue to go without helping. Okay, but if you actually believe or accept the reality that when you attend to someone, when you provide a service to someone, there are results, then you become a very compassionate and helpful person. Okay, so for example, at school, right? At school, do you have any duties that are given to you at your school? In Sri Lanka, there are sometimes some kids have certain duties. I don't know about you, you guys in foreign countries. Do you have any duties that you need to fulfill at school?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
No.
Yes.
Some in Sri Lanka sometimes.
Yes, many nuns.
Exactly. So you have some of you have to go to school, and on a certain day you have to
We have to study.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Duties meaning sometimes you have to go and sweep the classroom, sometimes you have to sweep the outside of the classroom, and sometimes
We have to clean the school.
if you're a prefect, you have to go early in the morning and check things in school, right? So those are duties. So the Supreme Buddha explains some
I
people.
go to school early in the morning and check if there are any tables that are not correct.
Exactly. So that's a duty. That's a duty that you have been given, right? So when you do a duty, when you do a duty in the right way, when you offer a service to someone, there are good results of doing that. Okay. For example, when you are going on the road, you see a blind man who's trying to cross the street. Okay, now can't you be of service to that person? Can't you help that person cross the street?
We can help that person across the street.
Exactly, right? So that is a service that you can do to others, right? And then, for example, at school, one of your friends becomes sick. Okay, so if you attend to that person, so if you attend to your friend, if you give him food and if you give him water and if you give him a place to rest and take care of him, that is called attending to someone. Okay, so when you attend to yes, but now what should you say? Marian Mahansa, may I have permission to ask the question or to say something?
One of my was sick
Mhm.
and I took care of her.
That's very good. So that means you attended to the sick. So that is, Supreme Buddha explained that.
I
That
gave
is,
her food and water too.
oh, very good. Okay. Attending to someone, but some people in this world, they believe, they think that there are no results of attending to others and providing a service to others, right? So that is the wrong view in life. When people hospital, right? Where, for example, let's say you grow up and you become a doctor or you become a nurse, right? So if you go to your job and if you do your job in the right way, then there are good results of doing that job in the right way, right? And no matter what job you do when you grow up, if you go to the job at the right time, if you get off from your job at the right time, and during the day you actually do your work without doing your personal things, so those are called doing your job, being of service in the right way. So if people don't accept the fact that there are good results of being of service to others or attending to others, then the Supreme Buddha teaches that that is the wrong way in life. Okay, so you guys should never think that there are no results of attending to others or providing service to others. Okay, if at any time you help someone who's in need of help, then that's providing a service. You remember, you shouldn't just say many answer. What did I teach you? Avsarai not many answer. Or you should say many.
Oh, Mary Master, may I have permission to speak?
Yes. So go ahead and say that, and then you can say whatever you want. I don't know. Okay, go ahead. What did you want to say?
I helped a friend. He's on the hospital and I gave him a biscuit.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that is attending to someone. Okay, so in this world, most people in this world, they think that there is no result in attending or providing service to others, and that is called the wrong view. Okay, so how many wrong views did we learn so far? What's the first wrong view?
The person says there's no result of giving.
There is no result of giving. And what's the second one?
There is no result of attending to others or providing service to others. Not want to help a person or do a service for others.
Yes, so there is the second wrong view is there is no result of attending to and providing a service to another. Okay, so we learned two so far. The third wrong view.
There's no result in making offerings.
Yes, there is no result in making offerings. Okay, so here making offerings means offering flowers to the Supreme Buddha. I think so here no offering means just give me 2 seconds. Okay. So some people in this world, they believe that Natti Hutang means there is no result in making offerings. So they don't believe that when you make offerings to the Supreme Buddha, when you make offerings to the Sangha, there are good results. Okay. And so therefore they don't end up making offerings because they think it's a waste of money, they think it's a waste of time, they think it's a waste of they think it's just a waste. There is no point in giving. Okay. So that is the wrong view. Okay, now how many of you think there is no point in making offering to Buddha? How many of you think there is no point in offering flowers to the Supreme Buddha? There's no point in offering a gilampasa and incense to the Supreme Buddha. How many of you think that? Anagat, do you think?
I don't think that.
No, I'm asking, does any of you think that there is no result of making offerings? So I see Sitav is writing down all of these things. So that is really, really good. You guys should also, if you can, write these things down because that shows how interested you are in learning these important things. Okay, so good. So I guess none of you think there is no result in making offerings. Okay, so many people in this world, they have this wrong view that there is no result in making offerings. So they don't make offerings to the Buddha, they don't make offerings to stupas. They think, you know, what's the point of offering flowers to a stupa? It's just a what do you call it? It's just some concrete. Some people think that, and some people think, what's the point of offering flowers to a Bodhi tree? It's just a tree, right? So are those right view or wrong view?
Wrong views.
Wrong views.
Exactly. That is the wrong view. Okay, you guys should never think that. That's the wrong view. Okay, so that is the third wrong view.
May
Okay,
I have permission to speak?
Yes, you may. Go ahead.
There was a poet that has passed this month.
No, I
On
can't
that
hear you. Oh,
The poet that has passed this month, and I gave dana to 9 poor people in the road.
sadhu. So that is giving. Okay, so that is giving. So that's the first one. There are some making offerings. So making offerings means offering the Buddha, offering stupas, offering Bodhi trees, and offering great noble beings, offering relics of the Supreme Buddha. Okay, so that is the third wrong view, not believing that there are results of making offerings. Okay, so that is the third one. So how many did we learn so far? How many views did we learn so far? What's the first one? Natidinna. What does that mean? Natidinna. What does that mean? What's the first wrong view?
Answer the first wrong.
If a person
What's the second one?
there is no result of attending to others or providing service to others.
Good. What's the third one? What's the third wrong view?
There is no result in making offerings.
There's no result in making offering.
So these are wrong views, okay? These are wrong views you should abandon. Okay, now let's learn the next one. The next one is there is no natti sukata dukkhatanam kammanam phalam vipago. Okay, some people in this world believe there's no fruit or result of good and bad deeds. So they don't believe that when you do something good, you get good results, and when you do something bad, you get bad results. Okay, so because of that, affect others, they bully others, right? They laugh at others, they bully
Also, I've been
others,
what
and
man in
they,
Mohan sir.
yes,
Some of my friends at school also are like that.
yeah, because they have the wrong view. They think that what you do doesn't come back to you. That's the wrong view in life. And so see how dangerous it is to have the wrong view in life when you don't know the reality, when you don't believe that there are results of good and bad actions, then you do whatever, if you do whatever that comes to your mind. You bully others and you behave according to your thoughts. So when you get angry, you yell at others. When you get angry, you push others and shout others and hurt others. Now, why do people do this? Because they don't believe that what you do gives, if you do something bad, it gives bad results. They don't believe that. Because what you do, you will always have to face back. It's called karma. Okay? Karma is like this. What you do is what you will have to face. So if you do bad things, you will have to face bad results. And if you do good things, you will have to face good results. So because people have this wrong view that there are no results in good and bad actions, people do so many wrong things, and they end up being reborn in bad worlds. Okay, so you guys should never have this wrong view, and even if those around you, friends, if you can tell them, if you think they will listen to what you say, then you should try to teach them about what the right view and what the wrong view is, okay? And help them right view, okay? So the fourth one is, the fourth wrong view is there's no result in good and bad deeds. So thinking or having this belief is a wrong belief, okay? That's the fourth one. And the fifth one is this. Okay, now listen carefully. The fifth one is the fifth and sixth one. Okay, nati ayam loko, nati paro loko. That is, nati ayam loko means people don't think that there is something called this world. Although they are living in this world, they don't believe that there is something called living in this world. And upon that, nati paro loko. Upon that, they will have to be reborn in another world. People don't believe that there's something called an afterlife. Okay, so those are two different ones. Nati and loko, not believing that there is something called this world. Nati paro loko, not believing that there's another world after. There's no afterlife. Okay, so that is the wrong view in life. If a person thinks like this, then they're in great danger. Okay. There is something called this world because we're living in this world, right? So there's a certain way to live in this world, right? So when a baby is born, that baby is grown up by the parents, right? And then he goes to school, and then he learns well, he gets a good education, and then he gets married. He gets married to, if you're a girl, you get married to a boy. If you're a boy, you get married to a girl. So you get married and then you have children, right? And then you take care of your children. So that is the normal way to live this world. Okay, that is the normal, natural way to live in this world. So that is the way we should follow. Okay, if you're a girl, you dress like a girl. If you're a boy, you dress like a boy. So those are the natural things that we do in this world, right? There's something called this world, and then once you die, you're going to be reborn in another world in your afterlife according to what you did. If you have done good things, you will be reborn in a good world. If you have done bad things, you will be reborn in a bad world. Okay, but many people in this world, they don't believe that there's something called this world. Many people in this world don't believe that there is something called this world where we have to live righteously in the natural order and in the natural way. And people don't believe that there's something called an afterlife where you will be reborn. Okay, some people think once you die, once you die, there's nothing after. Okay, so it's just this life. So that is the wrong view. So this is the fifth and sixth wrong view. Okay, what is the fifth and sixth wrong view? Believing that there is nothing called this world and
then afterlife.
And not believing afterlife. Okay. And the next one is people believe Nati Mata. They don't believe that there is someone special called a mother in this world. Okay, they don't believe that there's someone special in our life called a mother in this world. And Nati Pita. And they don't believe there's someone special called a father in this world. Okay, so when they don't believe that there are two people called a mother and a father that are special to us, they don't respect parents. They don't take care of them. Okay, and they don't respectfully. Okay, for example, some kids they call their parents by their name. Now raise your hand up if you ever call your parents by their name. Lasandi, do you?
No, sorry, no answer.
Because that.
අවසරයි පින්වත් මෑණින් වහන්ස.
Yes.
Even if someone is elder than us, we have to call them Akki or Ayya.
Exactly. Okay.
And if someone is younger than us, we should call them Malli or Naka.
Yes. So that is the normal way, especially that's the Buddhist and Sri Lankan way of speaking to others, right? So here we're talking about especially speaking to parents. We should speak to them with respect. Okay, never call them by name, and always address them by saying father or mother. Okay, and
I call my mother mommy, and I call my father daddy.
Okay, that's fine.
අවසරයි පින්වත් මෑණින් වහන්ස.
Yes.
I call my mother Amma and I call my father Appachi.
Okay, yeah, so there are many different ways of calling parents, but all of those things mean mother and father, okay? So when you speak to them, you should always say, now for example, you want to ask whether dinner is ready, okay? Are you just going to go and ask, is dinner ready? Is that the right way of speaking to parents?
No, you should
Or
ask.
you have to say, dear father or mother, is the dinner ready yet?
Yes, you should ask Amma or Mom, is dinner ready? Oh, okay. So, and you want to ask money from your father. So should you just go and say, can I have $50? Is that the right way? No, you should ask father.
The father can be you should ask father kindly.
Yes, okay. So that's the way to speak to parents respectfully. And Now suppose you're on the phone, okay? You have gone out and your parents are calling you. How many of you have phones?
I have one. Someone else.
Okay, one of you have says okay. So suppose you're on the phone, even if suppose your mother or father calls, okay? So some kids, what they do is when they go to school or when they're out, when parents call, they never pick up the phone. But when their friends call, they pick up the phone. Is it the right thing?
No.
No, sorry.
No, it's not, okay?
You have
So
to
they,
answer both of the calls.
especially, you should definitely answer
Especially
your
your
parents'
parents.
call. Okay, you should definitely answer your parents' call because you
Because
should
they
have
are looking
respect
up.
towards
They
them.
are trying, because the parents are trying to look how are you and what are you doing now.
Yes, okay. So because of that, you should not ignore them or you should not ignore their calls, but you should quickly, if you have seen that they have called, you should quickly call back, okay? So that is if a person does not believe that there is a special person called a mother, there's a special person called a father in this world, then they will ignore those calls and they will not call them and see how they are. And they will treat them just like everybody else. Okay, so that is the wrong thing to do. We have two special people called a mother and father, and we should treat them with respect. Okay, so the way we speak, the way we behave, right? So now in this picture, you see when the father is speaking to the kid, she is looking away angrily. Is that the right way to treat parents?
No.
No.
Yes.
So I'm actually writing for my sister. Since her English is not good and she's not able to write. So I want to just ask, like, what were the 10 wrong views that we did previously, and then also I want to know them from Pali. So it'd be easy for her in both ways.
Yeah, so the Pali is also there. You can copy. See? I'll put this again. So right now we're talking, I think the 7th one, Nati Pita. Okay, so Nati Pita means there is no father. I will go over again, and I will ask it to be put on the chat as well. Okay. Ruania, could you list these 10 wrong views and then share with the kids on the chat as well? Okay, so that's it. So this is the next one. Nati Pita, there is no father. Okay, so that is the wrong view. If a person does not believe that there's two people special in this world called a mother and a father, then they have the wrong view in life. Okay, and the next one is Nati Satta Opapatika. Okay, Nati Satta Opapatika means they don't believe that they believe that there are no beings that are reborn spontaneously. Okay, now what does it mean? Opapatika means spontaneous birth. Okay, that is, they are spontaneously. Ghosts, they are born spontaneously. Okay, and Brahmas, they are born spontaneously. Okay, so in the human world, we see that a baby is born, the mother is conceived, and the mother has to stay for 10 months for the baby to mature, and then the mother gives birth to the baby, right? But in the Deva world, it's not like that. Okay, in the Brahma world, it's not like that. Okay, in the ghost world, it's not like that. They just appear. Okay, so that's called spontaneous birth. They don't have to be in the mother's womb, and they don't have to be inside the egg. Like for example, in the animal world, you see some animals like chickens and birds. They are born from eggs, right? So in their world, they are not born from eggs. Okay, they are called spontaneous birth. They are born spontaneously. Okay, for example, in the Deva world, when there's the head Deva or the king Deva, all of a sudden, spontaneously, a very young, beautiful Deva appears in the lap of the king Deva, and that is called his daughter. If it's a princess, if it's a Deva princess, it's called a daughter. If it's a prince Deva, it's called a son. Okay, so that is called spontaneous birth. And people in this world, they don't believe that there are spontaneous births, and therefore they don't believe in the heavenly world, they don't believe in the ghost world, they don't believe in the hell world. Even in the hell world, it's a spontaneous birth. You're spontaneously born there without having to be in a mother's womb or in an egg or in any other way. Okay?
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
What is spontaneously?
Spontaneously. Spontaneously means how do I describe it? Spontaneous. All of a sudden. Manjali, you want to answer?
I have a question, Marian answer.
Yes. What's your question?
Oh, sorry, it was not a question. It was something that I had to say.
Okay. What is it?
I thought, like, I didn't know that in ghost world, the heaven world, or the Brahma world, that we born spontaneous.
Now you know.
I didn't even know that word.
Yeah, spontaneous means you're all of a sudden you appear. That's like, for example, in the everyday life we say spontaneous means yeah.
Sometimes they're saying, may they appear out of nowhere. Is that spontaneously?
It's not defined like that, but you can think like that. Yeah, like you kind of appear. You're not born from the mother's womb. It's called, the Supreme Buddha defines it as a birth separate from being reborn in the world to a womb or to a egg, or being reborn in a wet environment. A birth apart from those three ways, that's called a spontaneous birth. So simply what it means is really like all of a sudden you appear. Okay, for example, you die here and then you're born as a ghost. All of a sudden you're born there. You die here and then you're born in the heavenly world at that very moment as a deva. Or you die here and then you're born in the deva world all of a sudden. As a Brahma, there is no time where you have to grow inside a mother's womb. There is no time needed like for chickens where you have to chew in the egg. Okay, do you understand? Good. Okay. So that's the next wrong view. Nati satta upapatika. There are no beings that are reborn spontaneously. Madhuri, did you have a question?
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, okay. Okay, and the next one, this is the last one, okay? So this is the 10th wrong view, and that is Natti loke samana brahmana samma gata samma patipanna. That means
The long one.
there are some people in this world, they don't believe, they think that there are no ascetics or Brahmins in this world who go in the right path and who practice the right thing, and they have understood and realized this world, and they have seen the next world. They have seen other worlds through their own knowledge and understanding. For example, the Supreme Buddha is someone who realized everything about this world and about all other worlds through his own knowledge, right? Nobody taught the Supreme Buddha about these things. So there are some people in this world who thinks that there are no special ascetics or Brahmins who appear in this world who have understood the reality of this world, right? If they can't see the hell world, they think others cannot. If they can't see the hell world, they think there is no hell world. But you have to understand that there are some people in this world, although we can't see the hell world, there are some people in this world who have the ability to see the hell world. Okay, because they can't see the ghost world, they think there's no ghost world. But they don't believe in the fact that there are people who have developed their mind and they are able to see the ghost world. Okay? So because they can't see the Brahma world, they don't believe that there is something called the Brahma world. And they don't believe that there are ascetics and Brahmins who have developed their mind. They are able to see the Brahma world. Okay? So in summary, people don't believe that there are special people called Buddhas in this world who have realized through direct knowledge about the reality of this world. They don't believe that there are arahants in this world. They don't believe that there are private Buddhas in this world who have understood the Dhamma through their own knowledge. So that is the wrong view. Okay, so now we have learned all 10 wrong views. Okay, so now let's go from the beginning and refresh our memory. Okay, so if you haven't written it down, now is a good time to quickly jot down. Okay, so Miksha Ditti, 10 wrong views. Okay, the first one is Natidinna. Natidinna means people believe there is no result in giving. Natidinna. Okay. The next one is Nati Ittam. People believe
It's no result of attending to others or providing services to others.
yes, Nati Ittam. Okay. And the third one is Nati Putta. No result in making offerings to the oops.
What are you doing? Writing.
Nati Hutam. Okay, there is no result in making offerings. That's the third one. Okay. The fourth one is Nati Sukata Dukkatana Kammana Palam Vipako. People think there is no result of good and bad deeds. Okay, if you do good things, there are good results, and if you do bad things, there are bad results. This is the wrong view. This is the fourth wrong view. Okay. The fifth wrong view.
Many months, wait, I wasn't able to write the fourth wrong view many months. I wasn't able to write the fourth wrong view many months.
Okay, is it okay if I share it on the chat because it takes a long time to write it? I'll share the Pali on the chat. Okay, Rwanya Dua, can you write the Pali and share it on the chat, please? Okay, so how we spoke about Nati Dinna, Nati Itta, Nati Uta, Nati Sukata Dukkatana, Kammana Palamipako. Nati Ayaloko means not believing that there is something called this world. Okay, where there's a natural way of living in this world. Okay. Not believing in this world. And the sixth one is Nati Paro Loko, not believing in afterlife. That's the sixth one. Okay. Nati Ayang Loko is the fifth one. Nati Paro Loko, not believing in afterlife. That is the sixth one. And then the seventh is Nati Mata, not believing there is someone special called a mother in this world. And the eighth one is Nati Pita, not believing that not believing there is a special person called father in this world. Okay, Nati Pita. And the ninth wrong view is Nati Satta Opapatika, not thinking there are no spontaneous births, there are no beings that are reborn spontaneously in this world, like the Devas, Brahmas, and ghosts and hell beings. Okay, so if the person doesn't believe in spontaneous births.
Also, I many months.
Yeah.
Sorry to say this, but should it be 9? Cause there is one more slide.
Recording in progress.
One more slide. One
Yes,
slide
this is the
again.
ninth one. This is the ninth
Recording
one.
stopped.
Miss, then what is the many months? Sorry, many months.
Okay, let me finish with the 10th one. Okay.
Okay.
The 10th one is not believing that there are ascetics and Brahmins who have understood this world and who understands the afterlife, who sees the afterlife, and have realized this entire world through their own knowledge and understanding. So like Buddhas and Arhants and private Buddhas in this world, or a special ascetics and Brahmins who have developed their mind through meditation. Okay, those who have psychic powers, therefore they don't believe in psychic powers, right? So these are the 10 wrong ways. Okay. The first one is Nati Dinna, not believing that there are results of giving. The second one is Nati Itta, not believing in there are results of attending to and being of service to others. The third one is Nati Huta, not believing in there are results of making offerings. And the fourth one is Nati Sukata Dukkatana Kammanam Palamipako, that is not believing in there are good results of good karma and bad results of bad karma. And the fifth one is Nati Ayan Loko, there's nothing called this world. The sixth
Excuse
one is Nati Paroloko. There's nothing called an afterlife, the next world. Okay, Nati Paroloko. The seventh is Nati Mata, not believing in there's someone special called a mother. And the eighth is Nati Pita. Nati Pita means the believing in, not believing that there's a special person called the father. And the ninth is Nati Satta Upapatika, not believing in spontaneous births. And the last one is not believing that there are special ascetics and Brahmins who have understood this world and who have realized this world and the afterworld through their own knowledge and wisdom. Okay, so is that clear? Are the 10 wrong views clear to you?
Excuse me, can I have permission to talk?
Yes, go ahead.
I think there's another page.
Sorry?
I think there's another page.
Yes, there's another page at the end. This, and that is this. Okay. So if a person, if someone has these wrong views in life, the Supreme Buddha explains he will be reborn in a bad world, such as the hell world, the animal world, or the ghost world. Okay. So that's the danger of having these wrong views. Okay. So if any of you ever thought like this in these wrong ways, then that means you have had the wrong view in life. If you have the wrong view in life, then you won't even be able to reborn in the heavenly world in your next life. Okay. So now let's go over the right view. Okay. So right view is simply the opposite of this. Okay. So it's easy for you to understand because we already spoke about it. So let's go over the 10 right views. So it's exactly the opposite of the wrong view. Okay. That is, so the right view is called Samma Ditti. Okay. The right view is called Samma Ditti. So that is believing that there is a result in giving. Okay, so when you believe that there are results of giving, you like to give. Attidinna. Attidinna means there is a result of giving. So you share and you give to others and you become a very generous person. That's the first one. The second is Atti-ittam. You believe that there is a result of attending to others and providing service to others. You always help others. You fulfill your duties in the right way. If at home, you do your chores in the right way because that's a duty that you have been given at home, right? How many of you have chores at home? How many of you do chores at home? Okay, so if you have the right view, then you will do those chores in the right way instead of your parents having to come after you and if you believe that there are results of being of service to others, then you will do the chores and duties that you have been given in the right way at the right time because it yields good results. Okay, so that is the. Kiran, do you have a question? No, right? You just raised your hand because you have shorts, right? Okay. Okay, so that is not Atti-ittam means there are results of attending to others and providing service to others. Okay. So here you see one kid is pushing the wheelchair of someone who's disabled. So that's being a service to others. So become very helpful and you provide services to others. When you go out, when you go to the mall, when you see old people having difficulty carrying things, you help those people. When you see blind people having difficulty walking, you can help them cross over. So all of those are duties. And when you go outside, when you see garbage everywhere, you can collect those garbage and put it into the garbage bin. That's a service.
Sarai Pinwat Man sir.
Yes.
From our school, we have garbage bags to put garbage whenever they are in the road.
Very good. See, that's a service that you provide to others by keeping the city clean, right? So that yields
Recording in
good.
progress.
So that is the second, okay? And the third is Attihutam. Attihutam means there are results of making offerings. So when you know that there are results of making offerings, you offer things to the Supreme Buddha, you offer things to the Sangha, and you offer flowers and offerings to the stupas, and you make offerings to the Bodhi tree, right? So you make offerings. And you worship, okay? And the fourth one is Atti Sukata Dukkatana Kammana Palam Vipako, believing that there is results of good and bad deeds. Okay, so that if you do good deeds, it leads to good results. If you do bad deeds, it leads to bad results. Okay. So when you believe in good and bad action, you always help others. You always try to do good things in life. Okay. And the fifth one is Atti Ayan Loko, Atti Paro Loko. So this is wrong actually. It should be Atti, not Natti here. It should be Atti, not Natti. Natti is the wrong view. So Atti Ayan Loko, Atti Paro Loko. That is believing that there is something called this life and something called an afterlife. Okay. And that's so those are the sixth, and the seventh is Attimata. You believe that there's someone special called a mother, and you always listen to her, you respect her, you never talk back to her, you treat her with much respect. Okay, Attimata. And Attipita, there's someone special in your life called father who provides you with care and comfort, right? Attipita. And so you treat your father with respect and with love and kindness, and you become obedient, you listen to your parents, right? So that is, you only do those things if you believe that there are two special people called a mother and a father. And then Atti Sattva Upapatika, you believe that there are beings that are reborn spontaneously, like the Devas, Brahmas, ghosts, and those in the hell world, right? So you believe in those worlds because you believe that they are born spontaneously. Okay? And the last one is Atti. Last one is you believe there are special ascetics and Brahmins in this world, like Buddhas and like Pacheka Buddhas, or like Arhants who have realized.
So, Sarai Pinwat Man sir.
Yes.
Sir, what did you say about? Can you tell it again?
Pacheka Buddha. Pacheka Buddha, in English you call it a private Buddha. And private Buddhas are Buddhas who appear during times when some or some Buddhas don't appear to this world. Okay, so Gautama Buddha is a Samma Sambuddha, is a supremely enlightened Buddha. And the difference between Pacheka Buddha, private Buddhas, and Samma Sambuddhas is that Pacheka now, supremely enlightened Buddha, like our Gautama Buddha, he spread the Dhamma to the entire world, right? But Pacheka Buddhas, they don't have the ability to teach like Samma Sambuddhas. That's the difference. Okay. So Samma Sambuddhas, only one Samma Sambuddha is one Samma Sambuddha appears into this world, at one time. But Pacheka Buddhas, many Pacheka Buddhas can appear into this world at one time during one period because they don't teach the Dhamma to others like Samma Sambuddhas. Okay, so they also understand the Dhamma, understand the reality of this world through their own wisdom. Okay, so that's the last one, believing that there are ascetics and Brahmins who have understood this world and who practice the right way, who practice the right path and have realized through direct knowledge about the reality of this world. Okay, so if a person has these 10 right views, if someone has these 10 right views, he will be reborn in a good world, such as the human world or the heavenly world in your next life. Okay, so is that clear to you guys?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
My man in Vahanse.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any questions about these wrong views and right views?
No man in Panse.
Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Now, example, if there are like ascetics or monks who have these kind of wrong views. Example, not believing in the Dhamma.
Sorry, I don't understand. What did you say?
So our side many nonsense. So example, there are like these ascetics have these wrong views. They also going to teach those kind of wrong views knowingly, thinking that it's right to their disciples. So
So they will. So if they have these wrong views, thinking it's right, just because they think it's right, it doesn't mean it's right, right? So if anyone has these wrong views, then in your next life you're going to be in big trouble. Okay. So if a person has these wrong views, whether it be a ascetic, whether it be a Brahmin, whether it be a lay person, if a person has these wrong views, you're going to be reborn in a bad world in your next life. Okay, so in the last one, what it's saying is there are ascetics or Brahmins mean there are special people in this world who have understood the reality of this world, like the Buddhas, like Arahants, and like private Buddhas. So if a person believes that there is someone called as a special person in this world called a Buddha who understands the reality of this world, then that means that person has a right view. But if a person does not believe that there are special people in this world who appear into this world from time to time, like Buddhas, who have understood this entire world through their own wisdom, then that person has a wrong view in life. Okay? So these are the 10 wrong views and 10 right views. So now raise your hand up if you think you have the right view. Now you guys know what the right view is, right? If you think you have all 10 right views, raise your hand up. So there are 28 of you. Let's see how many of you have the right view. So around 15 of you have the right view. Okay, so out of the 28 of you, around 15 of you have the right view. So I'm glad. So I hope the rest of you will, at least after having learned the right view from wrong view and after having learned the results of having the right view from wrong view, I hope you will adopt. I hope you will abandon the wrong view and practice the right view in life. Okay, or else you're going to be in great trouble in your future. Okay, All right, so that's that.
I believe in mother and father, mother and father. I believe in short change.
Okay, so now we're going to practice a meditation. Okay, so now you know there are good results of good deeds, bad results of bad deeds. So now we're going to do a very good deed, and that is spreading loving kindness. That is the greatest merit that you can collect in your life. Okay. Okay, so now close your eyes, sit in a very comfortable position, and now let's try to meditate. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. May all be in my home be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in my town be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be in my city. Be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be in my province be free from anger. Be free from your guilt. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be in my country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be in this world be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from physical suffering. Be free from mental suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May they live happily. May they live happily. May they live happily. Okay, so now it's time to share merit in today's session. Is there any special merit that you want to share with us before we end?
අවසරයි පින්වත් මෑණින් වහන්ස.
Yes.
During Poya Day at during Poi Day, we went to a monastery in Homagama with our whole family, and we gave an upasaka dana for devotees.
Sadhu, sadhu. That's a great merit. So you practiced giving because you know that there are results of giving, right? So if you give, you get back. And if you give with that right weave, you collect a lot of merit in life. So let's all say sadhu and rejoice in Prabhashwar's great merit. Everyone say sadhu and rejoice in the merit. Good. Anyone else want to share merit? Vihan?
In the SL holiday, I went to Haliyagota and I went to Haliyagota temple and
Can't hear you clearly.
I went to Haliyagota temple and in SL holiday I gave fruit salad to the Silnet.
Oh, you offer dana to lay devotees as well, sadhu, sadhu. So that's also you
Sadhu
practice
Anumodam.
generosity. So we all rejoice in the great merit you also collected.
Sadhu Sadhu Anumodam.
Kiran, did you want to share merit? No? Okay. I thought your hand was up. So nobody else. Ditya?
One day I gave some clothes for poor guy.
Oh, you gave clothes to the poor. Okay, sadhu, sadhu. We
Sadhu
actually
Sadhu
rejoice
Anumodam.
in that merit as well. So you all are very generous kids. That's very great. Okay, so if we don't have any,
Shall I? May I answer?
yes.
Maybe I have you.
Okay, my sister has a merit to say. That's
Okay, go ahead.
Share me.
Yesterday I went to school and I buy milk from
You-
a friend in my money.
What she's telling is she bought Muruku by using her own money. Her friend also. She bought Muruku for her friend.
She bought Murukku and
No,
Her friend.
for her friend.
for her friend. Oh, okay.
Sadhu Sadhu Anumodam.
So we all rejoice in your generosity as well. And Saini and Aini have said, me and my sister gave food cans for poor people. Okay. So you all gave to the poor. So that is also a great merit. We all rejoice in that merit as well. Yes. So now remember you have to say Avasarai Pinat Mania Nahansara. Say that.
Sir.
Avasarai Pinvat Manin Mahans.
Yes, go ahead.
I gave some milk for the poor.
So you're also very generous. We have to rejoice in your generosity as well.
Avasarai Pinvat Manin Mahans. I have another merit to share.
Okay, go ahead.
I was in the bus and some people were asking money because their younger brother was having a cancer and so they were giving us joysticks to offer to the Supreme Buddha. So to help them, we gave money.
Gave money. Okay, good. Sadhu, sadhu. So you attended to the sick. All right. So remember, we learned today when you attend to the sick, it gives good results, right? So then you can collect a lot of merit when you have this right view in life. You can collect a lot of merit into your life. So sadhu, sadhu, we have to rejoice in your merit. And then Hezron had said, Hezron and Mahit and Dineet has said they offered Vasisalua to monks. So you, so that is inviting monks to stay, there's a rain train in the monastery as a way of inviting them. We offer the Vasi Salu, so that's also a great merit, offering robes to the Mahasangha. So we all rejoice in that merit as well. Okay. Deepta, did you have a question?
One day I spilled my rice and my friends gave me some rice to eat.
Oh, so your friends are generous, huh? You have good friends. Good. Kennelly, did you have something to say?
And so one day we were going for a temple, so I saw one child and she was poor and she was going for a poor school. At night we were in temple, so we buy from her flowers.
Or you bought flowers from her out of compassion. Okay, so to help her. Okay, so sadhu sadhu, we rejoice in that merit as well. Okay. Okay, good. So like that, as much as you can, you guys should try to collect merit into your life, because merit is what brings us happiness in life. And the other thing, finally, one thing I want to tell you is, even if you have these right views in life that we just talked about, if you hang out, if you become friends with those who have the wrong view, there are some evil people in this world. If you have evil friends, they can try to make you not believe in the right view. Do you understand? So if you associate, if you become friends with bad friends, if you become friends with evil friends, then they can make you believe that these 10 wrong views are wrong. Okay, they will say, oh, there is nothing called, they can say things like, oh, there is no point of doing good things, there are no results of giving, there are no results of practicing good things, that you don't have to respect parents, they are just like us, they are also human beings like us, they are not special to us, you don't have to speak to them with respect, and there's nothing called an afterlife. Once we die, everything is gone, we're not going to be reborn. So there are people in this world who adopt this wrong view. So if you become friends with such people who have the wrong view, they can make you believing the wrong view. Okay, so because of that, you guys should be very, very careful when making friends. Always make sure you make friends with good people and not evil people, okay? Because if you become friends with these evil people, even if you have the right view now, it can change in the future. Okay, so because of that, be very, very careful. Okay, so that's the last thing I wanted to mention to you. Or else everything, your future will just be ruined if you become friends with such people. Okay. Okay, so Ahasna has said, every day I am giving food for birds. Okay, so even when you feed birds and when you feed animals, you collect merit. So sadhu sadhu, we rejoice in your merit as well. Okay, so Rwanyaki has shared with you the Pali and the English translation of the 10 right views and wrong views, okay, in the chat. So you can, if you haven't written it down, you can copy and paste this quickly so that you can go over them afterwards, okay? All right, so now let's share merit and end today's session. So may all the merit be collected today by learning about what the wrong views are, what the 10 wrong views are, and what the 10 right views are, and practicing meditation and sharing merit, and rejoicing in each other's merit. We share with all devas. May all devas rejoice in this merit, and may they be able to realize the Four Noble Truths. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all of this merit be shared with our venerable teacher, Vinod Swami Mahanse, all venerable monks and all venerable nuns. By the power of this merit, may they be able to develop their Dhamma path and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. So during merit sharing, you should listen carefully with your hands palm to palm and sit down with respect, okay? And sharing within this merit, okay? So may all of this merit be shared with all of you who participated in today's Dhamma school, and may all of this merit be shared with all your parents who guide you, and may all of you be able to develop the Dhamma path and develop these 10 right views in life and collect merit into your lives, and may you be able to attain real happiness in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all of this merit be shared with our departed relatives. May their afterlives be well and happy, and may they to escape from all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Avasarai Maniam answer.
Yes.
What Varnakya said is like not clear.
It's not clear.
Since it's like, all cloth up together, so it would be much more easy if you could send it on point form again.
Okay, so I'll send it on WhatsApp on the Dhamma School WhatsApp group. I will send the 10 wrong views then, okay?
Okay, wrong views and right views.
Okay. Okay, so now let's ask for forgiveness from the Noble Triple Gem. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamme bhante bhuri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamme dhamma san chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamme sangha punyaketantara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now let's worship our venerable teacher, Pinat Swami Mahanse, who teaches us this Dhamma. Pinat Swami Mahanse is the one who taught us the right view from wrong view in a clear way, easy for us to understand. So we should be very grateful to Pinat Swami Mahanse for teaching us
Pay
this.
our gratitude to him.
Exactly. So as a way of paying gratitude to him, let us worship Pinat Swami Mahanse. Let's say together. Okase vandami bante.
Okasa vandami bante.
Maya katam punyam.
Maya katam punyam.
Samina anumoditabam.
Amina anumoditabam.
Samina katam punyam.
Amina katam punyam.
Maihanda tabbam.
Mayhamda tabam.
Sadhu sadhu anumodami.
Sadhu sadhu anumodami.
Okase
Okasa
dvaratayena
Bharatena
Atang sabbang acayam
Atang sabang acayam
Kamatame bante
Kamatame
Patame bante
Okasa kamami bante
Okasa kamami bante.
Dutiyampi okasa kamami bante
Tutiyampi okasa kamami bante.
Tatiyampi okasa kamami bante
Tatiyampi okasa kamami bante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now I bless all of you. You can get down on the floor and you can worship in Almanian Namaste. Avivadan Silisa Nicham Vada Pachayano Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balam आयुरारोग्य संपत्ति सग्ग संपत्ति मेवच अतो निब्बान संपत्ति इमिनाते समिच्छतो. May all of you be well and happy. Namo Buddhaya.
Nama